Oops.
I see it says live.
Are we on Facebook here? I've got like too many screens. Hold on.
But the chat is still not loading. Can I refresh and then come back?
Yeah, you could try that. Um, all right, here, everybody. I'll close out some of my windows here. I think we're live now. I'm just going to double check here inside of Facebook. So Yuli, the chat will pop up, but don't worry, I'll manage that as well. All right, I think we're live now. I'm going to actually click into that video on Facebook. All right, so we got a few guys. Can you guys say hello inside of the comment or chat area of this live stream video? Hey, Joel, how's it going? Looks like the messages are coming through here. We won't. So you won't see the name inside of our streaming software here, but we do have about 6 people here. Holy smokes, you guys are up.
Morning!
Your lady friend. So Joel, I'll be introducing everybody here. Awesome. Okay, well, we're here. We're here live for our very first REI conversion website sort of update roundup. I've got with me Yuli. Yuli has been working behind the scenes with me from the very beginning. I've known Yuli for a long time. We've worked on several projects together, and she is now full on with us at REI Conversion. So a lot of the magic that you guys see happening, this is the lady. Say hi. So Yuli is all the way from, actually, she used to be out in Rhode Island, but she's now in Taiwan. What else? Yuli, we did a podcast together and it didn't get recorded. So I was supposed to have already introduced her to everybody here through the podcast, but it didn't get recorded. So we're going to do it again, and she's going to give us some insights onto running a website and all that cool stuff. So awesome. Well, since you guys are all here live watching, let's get started. Yuli, let me pull up this. Hold on. I'm just going to check. This is actually streaming on YouTube as well. Yeah, it looks like we're streaming on YouTube. I don't know. All right. And I think everybody can see our screen here. Awesome. Hey, how's it going? Kevin, Eric, thanks for coming out. Callan, John. Let's get started here. All right, so it's our very first REI conversion update roundup. As I've already introduced Yuli here with us, and we've got a few slides here that we'd like to show for you guys. So first of all, thank you to all you guys. Thank you for obviously trusting your business with us to set up your site and continue to help you guys automate and scale certain things of your business. Thank you for trusting in our support and leaving that with us as well. And thanks for all the feedback that we get from you guys. So all that is super important to us as we continue to grow our EI conversion and our sites. So we're going to be talking about this exactly, and I think we'll just sort of run through this, right, Yuli? Let's see here. So we've been working on a lot of updates, and we'll probably try to do this once every few months. We're going to try to do it once every 2 or 3 months. We do the Pebble Roundup updates probably more often, but with the website side of things, there's a lot more that goes on the back end. So I'd rather sort of save it for every couple to 3 months type of thing. All right, we're just going to start with this. The first one is our property content lock. Now, Yuli, do you remember when we pushed this one out, this property note thing?
You can check the change log on our marketing.
So if you guys ever want to see what we're doing here, in terms of changes and updates, Yuli works on this part of things. You can see all the changelog inside of reiconversion.com/changelog. How do you get to here? Is there a link on the footer? I think. Yes, we do have a link here on our footer. So you can always view that through our footer and see what we've sort of updated and pushed out for you guys. So there's quite a bit that we're actively pushing out for you guys. And by the way, guys, if you guys have questions, You can either save it to the end or just interject whenever you want. We'll try to get around to that in the middle of the updates here, but if it not, we'll save it for the end. So we push this out. Property. Oh, there we go. Property content lock. Probably, yeah. Last month. We haven't really gotten a chance to talk too much about it. It's all in the documentation, but what I want to make note of, and you guys can see our screen here, if you go into properties, so the property content lock, as you guys know, is that sort of opt-in form when people come to your site and opt in for you to build your buyers list. So when they come to a specific property, you can now set it to lock on specific properties. But the cool part of that now is you're able to capture and identify which property they were looking at. So if you're using something like MailerLite, ActiveCampaign, Follow Up Boss, you can actually identify which property they're looking at. Then you can follow up with them specifically. Now, we give you sort of that flexibility in how you want to identify them. So under when you are adding your new property, if you go over to the Documents tab, you have this new field called the property note. Now, again, this is however you'd like to use it. A lot of people will identify this by, say, a unique code, maybe the parcel number. Sorry, just have a pop-up here. A parcel number, let's just say it's 12345. So that when somebody submits that property content lock form to you, this field will also pass along. It's just hidden. They don't know. And then you can bring this into Zapier, and then from Zapier, you can bring it into follow-up, wherever you'd like, wherever you're following up people. And then you'll know exactly what this property is. You could even call it let's just say 65-acre tractor, whatever it might be. Now, you can even do this in counties. So if this is Tractor County, what a lot of people also do is, hey, if they enter in their information for this property on that pop-up, I'll know that they were looking at this property and they got tagged tractor, so that when I put them in MailChimp, everybody with the property, everybody that opts into a property with a property note of tractor, they will get thrown into this specific email list. So they'll get into the Tractor County email list, and they'll only be receiving properties for Tractor County, or they'll only be receiving property emails for people under this state. So this is essentially a hidden field that you can pass through Zapier and use that as a way to organize your follow-up process. That's essentially what it is. Okay, let's go over the next update. And again, if you guys have questions, go ahead and fire them off. We'll get around to them afterwards. Our property admin columns. So a lot of you guys wanted us to... Yuli, do you want to talk about this one? The property... Yeah, these fields. Oh, you're muted, Yuli.
Whoops. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yep.
Okay, so in this page, it used to be just the title and the date you created. And now we add more columns, so you have more control over to filter it. And you can also sort it by the state, I believe.
No, by the status.
Status, sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
The screen is too small, I can't read it.
Yeah. And then size as well.
Yeah.
And I think the big one, status was the big one, right? Because people are like, I just,
yes.
I just want to sort it so that I'm looking at, when I'm controlling my properties, I only see the for sale ones.
And at the top, there's a filter bar. You can filter by.
So we can filter by the status. So if you only want to see on your back end, like Yuli just said.
Yeah. Even with the filter it's on, you can still sort by, let's say, what's the other location?
By size, right? Or by size and parcel number. Oh yeah, and we cannot sort by locations, I think, but parcel number. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, to add these fields, where did we go again? Was it in the property, right?
Yes. It's on this sidebar.
Okay, right, under the Documents tab. So for your parcel number here, you want to input this in. This is just for internal use only. That's why there's no asterisks on there. Same with that property content lock note that I was just talking about. It's for internal use only. Let's see here. Yep. So that's the next one there. This is a huge one, actually. Yuli just pushed this one out recently. When somebody, say, somebody has purchased a property and you've marked the property status as sold or under contract, your payment buttons will now become grayed out so that they cannot make a payment. And I know this was huge for a lot of people that it's like, hey, I don't want to get double payment for certain things. This is going to combat that. So again, whenever a property, the status is marked as under contract or sold, they can no longer pay for that property. So your VA should really, once a property is sold, whatever it is, you'll come to the status here, mark it as sold or under contract. Then you will not get that sort of button that allows the user or the buyer to click and purchase or pay for that documentation fee again. Okay, next one here. This is probably a pretty big one. We've recently just launched our our bold skin for REI Landleads. It's a horizontal form. It's a totally different style. I know a lot of you guys are wanting to make sure you look different, so that's why we have a second skin now. We have a double header menu. No, not a menu, but a double header, right?
I would call that top bar.
Yeah, a top bar. Sorry, top bar. And Yuli's been sort of working on a way to make this super easy to customize your colors and your sections to toggle these on and off. Yuli even made this into like this tree line, this footer. I thought it was, from a design perspective, I thought it was pretty cool. You can actually change this color to match your branding. Now, if you do want to change over to this skin, it is considered as a completely new install. So you would still need to install this. You would get rid of your old site, install this new one, and then re-enter in all your content. So I wouldn't, if you already have a site up and running and it's doing you fine, then just leave it. Unless you have time to go ahead and change it and you wanted to change it, then you can do it at that time. But that is always there for you guys to load up if you guys wanted to. Okay. Oops. What else, Yuli? What's next here? Right, the new Pebble forms. So recently, we are now integrating directly with Pebble. The Landleads form, and let me just pull up the skin here. So the way Pebble works, for those of you guys and a bunch of you guys that have signed up and started using Pebble, you're now able to allow your seller to enter in that unique property code so that when they submit this in, it'll go right into Pebble and it'll pair that seller up immediately with that property. So Pebble is able to parse out and look for that information and line that property up. So when you're sending out mailers with Pebble, they can get a unique code. They don't need to. They can get a unique code, says, hey, if you're interested in selling this property to us, go ahead and enter this into our site. They'll punch in that code, whatever it might be, and then you will be notified of which property immediately and who is looking at that, who's wanting to sell that to you. It just sort of cuts down on that work. So there's a new form that you need to import. We've got a knowledge base on that. It's pretty straightforward. You're just importing. We walk you through step by step on how to import that form, and it will simply just replace this form on your Landleads site with a new form. Okay, so that is the integration with Pebble. Yuli has done a bunch of bug changes. I don't know, Yuli, do you know any off top of your head what kind of bug changes?
Oof.
There's probably a lot, right?
Yeah, a lot.
If you don't remember.
The log right now.
Sure. You can just talk about a few of them. And guys, if you guys are still here, it's a little bit quiet. If you guys can sort of shoot a quick little hello just to know that this is still streaming, that would be helpful. Do you have a changelog pulled up there, Yuli?
Yes. Yes.
Do you want to? Is there any sort of major ones that were?
Oh, right. So before on Landleads, we have a carousel for each properties, and
Right.
um, it the bug was when on a retina screen, the image it's not clear enough. It will be pixelized.
Right.
Right?
Right. And I did hear about that. People were saying certain things of images were not clear enough. Hey guys, thanks for saying hi. Um, any sort of other ones? I mean, listen, guys, if you guys wanted to check out our changelog, you'll be able to again see all the little bugs that Yuli is actively squishing out. There's obviously a lot of activity in here. I don't want to bore you to death with some of this stuff, so it's all there for you guys. Okay, let's just keep moving forward here then.
Oh, I actually secretly pushed a new update for REI Landleads,
Yeah.
and in the past you can upload the logo, right? But
Yes.
you are not able to crop it. Now you can crop it.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Yeah, so a lot of you guys that were just getting started or have like giant logos, Yuli just I didn't even know this, but she just pushed out an update to be able to crop that logo. So if you got a huge artboard, right, and your logo is really small, you can actually crop out that background artboard. So you just surround your logo only, and then that way it won't waste space. We want our forms to always sit high up above that screen fold line. So if your logo is giant, it pushes that form down, you're going to lose out on some of your leads. So make sure you do that. Okay, let's talk about what's coming up here. Some pretty cool stuff here. Sorry, we just got a message here. I would like to have a separate tab for sold properties versus properties that are currently available. Is that possible? So that is actually very possible. What you just would need to do. Gateway Land Sales here is asking, is it possible to have, and correct me if I'm wrong, a page just for sold properties and a page for active properties? Absolutely. So what you could do, you can go to your, and let me know, Yuli, if there's a better way. But what I would do typically is I would just sort by all my sold properties, right? Grab this link, and I would just create a new menu item under Appearance, and that would just be all your sold properties. Then I would, for all the active ones for sale, same thing. I would load this page up, grab that link, and then create a new link up here. You can even do a drop down if you wanted to, or sold and active properties. You absolutely can do that. Yeah. And in terms of sharing as well, if you just want to share your active properties, yeah, you could just grab this link and share it. If you want to shorten this link, you can use something like Rank Math plugin. Remember, guys, you guys are on WordPress here, so you can use something like Rank Math and create redirects for that, so it'll shorten the link. You could do something like whatever.com/sold or whatever it might be. You can definitely do that. I know other people that are doing that as well. Okay, in terms of, and keep the questions coming if you guys like, but we'll keep going here. What's coming here? We've got a new skin for Landlist. I know a lot of you guys are really excited about a new look. I can give you guys a quick preview. It won't be exactly this, because this is just on the on a designer right now, on a sort of design system. So this is our new skin here. And you can sort of have a quick peek here. Our properties are laid out horizontally. Obviously on mobile it'll be different. You'll have your maps as well. It's more of a cleaner, classic look to things. I don't even know what we're going to call this yet. We might have a name to this already, but yeah.
Clarity.
What is it?
Clarity.
There you go. It's called Clarity. It's just a lot of a cleaner design. I like this a lot. It's definitely, the other one is more of a I would say more of a modern look to it, but yeah, this is the new one here. So this should be rolling out, I would say, I don't want to give a hard timeline on this. We're working as fast as we can, but before fall, we should have this out. Now, again, if you guys are wanting to go into our new theme, it is considered as a completely new website. So you would, in fact, need to actually go in there and you would actually need to re-add. Well, you might not need to re-add all your new properties. I don't want to say that right now, but there is going to be some things that are going to be a little bit streamlined, but some things that aren't going to be. You're essentially installing a new site, but yeah, you should be able to move some stuff over. So yeah, somebody's asking, would you need to redo all your stuff on your current site? A lot of it you would need to. Some of it you won't be able to. Yuli, do you have any hint on that?
I could kind of come up with the detailed steps of how to migrate over, but essentially you need to keep your original sites because you need to refer back to your original site, and
Right.
you need to set up a staging site for the new site and test it, move your content over to a staging site. Then once the staging site is complete, you migrate it back to the original domain.
Okay, so it's a little bit of a complicated, not complicated, but for those guys that are not exactly familiar with that, it's essentially you're opening up a temporary site. You're going to move everything over. Yuli, will they be able to move their properties over pretty quickly?
Yes.
So you'll be able to move things over pretty quickly. But you need to have basically two sites open. One, the new one is going to be temporary. Move everything over to your temporary one. And while your existing one is still there, then when the temporary new one is done, we're going to basically reroute everything. We're going to make that temporary one into your new site, and then your original site becomes the temporary site, or you close that down. So there will be a process that we're going to be introducing now. We're offering under our maintenance service we can help you with that. That's an additional cost, obviously. We can help with migration if you want to move into the new skin. But for those of you guys that are interested, stay tuned. But yeah, we will make this available to do and help with under our maintenance plan. So there will be sort of some assistance with that if needed. But again, there will be a detailed walkthrough on how to do that. All right. We'll also be launching our blog. I mean, blogs exist already, but essentially we're going to be styling it to match your site. So for Landleads side of things, we're going to be launching that first, and that's going to look like this. For those of you that are concerned about SEO, you will be able to start blogging. We're going to be launching blogs eventually across all the skins. So this will be available for you guys to do. I'm not a fan of blogging, but if you are, there it is. I know it's
really important. It's your content.
Here's the thing. I agree with you, Yuli, but here's the thing. When it comes to land investing, like now, here's the thing. Some of you guys, yes, it's very important because you're in a very niche area. You're working a certain niche. You're selling to properties to a certain niche. Fair enough. For most of us, I would say your time and dollar spent is better with your direct mail, getting your mailers out there. I'm on the fence about this one, but I know Yuli is huge on SEO and content. I know some of you guys are as well, so you guys can side with her. Anyways, next one. This is another huge one. That a lot of you guys have been asking for. So with our property content lock, when people are coming to look at your property, they're saying, hey, I don't like having to enter in my information every time I come to your site. Right now, it's set at every 14 days, every 2 weeks. If somebody comes back after 14 days, yes, they have to enter in their information again, so you capture in their information. We're just going to set that as a custom cookie length. So you can do it 90 days, 60 days, whatever it might be. We're going to be pushing that out so that people don't have to always be entering in their information. 14 days, I'd have to admit, after I realized it was a little bit on the tight side, but I wanted to make sure you guys are capturing everybody. I'd rather you guys capture everybody, annoy everybody, than to not capture everybody. I think it's an initial annoyance that will pass. They're there for your properties. But I agree with you guys. I think we should be able to have longer lengths. And so we're going to make that available. So again, when people come to look at your property, and for you guys that aren't even using property content lock, what that is when we're looking at a property, It's going to ask them for their email and name and all that information before they can view the rest of this or do anything on here. Typically, after 14 days, if it's the same person, they would need to come back, and that when they come back to your site, they would also have to re-enter their information. So we're going to open up that period so that they don't constantly have to be re-entering their information so quickly. All right, the next one is Pebble Integration. One of the things that we're still working on is the images through Pebble. You're going to be able to push your images when you're going to be able to list your properties directly from Pebble through Zapier Property Listing. Right now, the images is a bit of an issue, so we're working on that as well. It's we're figuring out ways to tightly integrate Pebble closer with your sites. So that's the next step. Right now, you can capture all your leads from both your buyer and seller side. All your leads will get routed in. It's pretty amazing of how it works. So I encourage you, if you guys haven't opened up a Pebble account, go to pebblerei.com and open up a free account and test things out. Another huge one right now that we're working on this is really cool, and I didn't even know this existed. This is Yuli being the pioneer that she is with WordPress, and we'll talk about this in the podcast. She's very, very active in the WordPress community. We're going to be doing a custom dashboard here. So when you come in to your WordPress website, you are going to see not this generic stuff anymore. You're going to be seeing some really cool stuff. You're going to be one of the cool things that I want to do in here is have content in here for you guys to easily watch. So our strategy sessions, and I'm doing those more and more, is going to be inside here available for you to watch. Strategy sessions are more for strategies related to land investing and your website. So a strategy session that I have coming up with one of our land investors, Logan, we're going to be talking about building landing pages for Facebook ads. So how do you do that with your REI Landlist website? He's got it down. So I'm bringing him on to show it. And all that content will be living inside of your dashboard here so that you don't have to go to so many different places. You're already looking at your site. You're going to be able to sort of get into that here as well. There's going to be some other information on here. It's sort of a more useful dashboard than the way it is right now. So that is something that Yuli is pushing for with one of our designers here, and that will be rolling out sometime soon. And I just mentioned our strategy session is coming up on the I don't know what date it is. I'm going to actually put up an announcement soon. I'm just looking at my calendar here. We have this strategy session for... Hang on here, guys. I don't want you guys to miss this one. The 6th. So at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, both Logan and I'm going to bring him on. He is a user of ours. He's a sort of a power investor. And he's going to be showing what he's doing with Facebook ads in our sites. So check that out. Yuli, am I missing anything of what's coming?
Oh, lots of things are coming. You cannot cover everything.
Yeah, there you go. But these are more of, I guess, the next couple months type of thing. I think everything here should be, most of it should be in the next couple months at least, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Huey's like, don't give him a timeline. Don't do that on me. So I think having this update roundup, you guys, gives you sort of an understanding of what we're working on, and we are very active. Other than just supporting you guys, there's a lot that Yuli is managing behind the scenes. So there's another thing that I want to let you guys know about here before we wrap up and take question and answer. We are doing just a REI conversion site user Pebble discount right now. This ends on the 3rd. I announced this yesterday in our Pebble update. But essentially, we're throwing in an additional extra month for you guys. If you guys are interested in Pebble, we're going to not only you'll get that discount and you'll be grandfathered in as well. You're going to get the site integration done for you. So one of probably myself or Arisa will get involved with integrating your sites with Pebble. We'll handle that for you. We'll also do any free migration. If you're using LandSpeed or Investment Dominator, we're able to pull in all that information into Pebble. I encourage you guys to check it out. It is a huge time saver. Some of our initial land investors are super excited about it. We got some pretty heavyweight users as well as new land investors inside of there, and it's just doing a lot of time saving there. And then we'll also offer a one-on-one walkthrough as well. I'm sorry, I'm looking here. Oh, okay, thanks, Yuli. And again, if you guys are interested, all you need to do is set up your free account today at pebblerei.com. Once you've done that, just go ahead and email us at hello@reiconversion.com or hello@pebblerei.com. Just say, I want my free month, and then we'll essentially set you up on that yearly plan. We'll throw in that additional free month and get those bonuses lined up for you guys. So again, that all ends on August 3rd. Again, whether you not sign up on this or not, just go ahead and check it out. It's pebblerei.com. You can sign up for a completely free account and test things out. All right, let's do some Q&A. There's not a lot of Q&A. My websites are currently built on Carrot. So let me answer this one. You guys seem to be much more active in improving your capabilities, so I'm thinking about switching. Anything that I lose by moving over to REI conversion? Anything you lose? I mean, aside from the obvious of setting things up, you don't. So here's the thing with Carrot. They lock your content in their platform. That's their platform. So unlike WordPress, you can take your content anywhere you'd like. Your SEO, reputation that you've built goes with you. Other than that, I think that's the only time is the only thing. Now, under our plans, like under our business, there is a plan. We can help you get set up and running for free. So we'll load everything up. That'll look like our demo content. As long as you get hosting through our partner host at WP Engine. So there's a couple things different about Carrot. So they host your site, they manage everything. Whereas our sites are WordPress, you still need to take care of your site. So you'll need what we call hosting. Where's your site going to be physically sitting on? Essentially, you can think of it that way, and your domain. But you already have a domain with Carrot already. So you would basically need to get hosting. And then, essentially that. And then you'll also need to grab your properties over from Carrot as well and move them over and list them over on our site or on your new site. And Gateway, I don't know what your name is, but if you, I don't know why it shows up as Gateway. Is it Gateway here? Not seeing the questions here, but anyways, oh yeah, okay, I see it there. If you have any questions or you want to book a tour with me, go ahead and hit the book tour button. I'm more than happy to walk you guys through.
Can I add some details to that?
Yeah, for sure.
Technical stuff. So if you already own a website, no matter on Carrot or on Squarespace or on Wix, no matter where, if you already have a traffic to your domain, to your website, you will, before you migrate to using a new website, you need to keep both, like what I said before for switching to the new skin. You need to keep your original site and create a new staging site. Have everything ready for staging site before you migrate it over. And one thing, the most important thing is you need to redirect all the old website URL to the new one. So for example, if you used to have a about page, right? Whatever, example.com/about. Make sure you redirect that to the new page once the site is migrated over.
So with the way Carrot works, because they don't have control with a lot of that stuff, a lot of the Carrot users simply say, forget it, I'm not going to do all of that. But there is a way, like Yuli is saying, that you can redirect your traffic over. But Stacy, once you sort of get into that position where you're really considering moving over, I'll have a chat with you. And it's quite normal that we've helped a lot of people over from Carrot move over. So again, like Yuli said, whatever site you have, you should keep your existing site open while we're working on your new site, essentially. All right. Any other questions? Callan, I know you're a new user here. Okay, here we go. Chris asked his question. Chris, I know you've been throwing questions at us. Hopefully we're getting around to answering a lot of them. It's some really good questions as well. Do we have any other questions here that we can help answer? Jacob, Yasir, Quincy. We're here for another few minutes here before we wrap up. And I know there's sort of a delay between us and Facebook, so we'll wait a minute here. And if it gets quiet, or if you guys are good, just let us know you're good. Awesome, Stacy. We'll see you in that tour then. All right. Laughing. Anything else you want to throw at Yuli here or myself? If you're good, give us a thumbs up. Let us know it was helpful. And would you guys like to see more of this? Let us know in the comments. Is this helpful for you? Oh, Callan, great question. The strategy session is on August the 6th. Yes, August the 6th at 11 a.m. Pacific and 2 p.m. Eastern. So whichever the time zone you're in. All right. Well, thanks again for joining us, guys. There doesn't seem to be many more questions here. Feel free to leave a question in the comments here, email us, whatever it might be. We can help you out here. And we'll probably come back on sometime in fall to give you more updates and some of the more exciting things that we're working on. But Yuli and I have to get back to working. And thanks again for joining us on this update roundup. And we will talk to you guys soon. Cheers, guys. Bye.
Bye.